What's up there? Welcome to a brand new video on V2. In today's video, we're going to be looking at how to take better shots using your mobile phone. The tips and tricks I'm going to show you in this video are, things that I use in every single day life, be it photos of figures or just photos in general. And the best thing about it is that it is 100% free and it's for both iOS and Android. Awesome. So with that being said, let's roll intro and get straight into the video. So you're going to need three things for this. 1, a figure, 2, a phone, and 3, an app called Snapseed that, like I mentioned, is both available on iOS and Android. It's a really cool little app and it just makes your photos pop. So let's jump into the phone and I'll show you how this works. Right, so we're in Snapseed now and I've taken this picture of Rika Takanashi from the series Chunibyo because, awesome. I basically just set up a picture of her by my window, used natural light, got my phone up close, took a snap, and we're here. So we've got this photo loaded. What we're gonna do is we're gonna hit Tools at the bottom. In Tools, we've got Tune Image. So first of all, we've got brightness and that little bar at the top. So what you wanna do is when you hold your finger down and you wanna slide either way. So that is awesome. So for brightness, let's brighten that up just a little bit. So if you scroll up, you see we've got brightness, we've got contrast, saturation, ambience, highlights, shadows, and warmth. So we want to make this a bit contrasty. So pump a bit more color into this one. Slide up, we'll go to saturation. If you bring that down, that obviously takes away all the color. If you pop it up, it makes it a bit more kind of poppier, and that's what we're going for. So I'll put that about 20. Ambience, this is basically kind of like exposure, so bring that down, makes it darker, bring it up, makes it lighter, so we'll make that a little bit lighter, get some more details on Rika's face. Highlights, love pumping those highlights. So yeah, we'll pump that up to about 15 or so. Shadows, bring them down a bit, I like bringing them in. So obviously if you go one way, it takes the shadows out, and if you slide to the left, it brings them in. So a few more shadows in there, say about 15. Then finally warmth. So obviously if we go to the left, it's going to blueing this up. If we go to the right, it's going to warm this thing up. So I always tend to take some of the warmth out, but I think for this one, I think that works because it's quite a nice kind of sunny background behind there. So there's that done. One of the cool things you've got is this little button underneath the slider. That's like a little square. So if you tap that, it's what we had before and then what we've done after. So already you can see there's a bit of a change there. Hit the little tick and that saves those changes. So if we go to Tools now, we're going to go to Details. So first of all we have Structure. Just going to pump that out a little bit. Make that look nice and poppy. So about 45. Same again, so slide up, we've got Sharpening. So add a bit of sharpening into here. Not too much. Too much sharpening can make or break a picture. So a little bit of sharpening there never hurt anyone. So there's that done. Hit the tick to save. What we can also do is the curves. I always tend to do this. So with the curves, we've got this straight line over here. What I want to do is make an S curve out of this. So I tend to bring the blacks down a bit. This I know can be a bit of a pain. So there we go. So bring the blacks down a little bit like that, and then highlights are at the top. And then bring those colors up a little bit, only a little bit. And there we go, save that, so we've got a little S curve there. Once that's done, what I always tend to do with my photos is put a vignette on them. So here we have the vignette, so it automatically has our outer brightness. So if we slide that over here, puts that dark on there, outer brightness brings more of a white kind of vignette into it. I always like a darker one. I always tend to like quite heavily vignette my photos, which is often frowned upon, but I quite like it. So let's go for about 35 on there. And we can do inner brightness as well, so it's going to basically brighten that up. So bring it up just to about 25. I think that looks cool for that photo. One last thing that we can do is that I love the eyes on figures, and I think Rika's is beautiful on this one, though it is just a prize figure. So what I'm going to do is Tools, Selective, and I'm going to click on her eye, and there we go. So I'm going to adjust the brightness to about 30, and then if we slide up, we can do the contrast as well. So bring a bit of a punch into that, slide up again. Saturation, make it about a 7 or 8. And then structure, just to sharpen it out a little bit, bring that to about 20 again, and save those. So hit the tick and you'll see that her eye is popping and it looks really good. So now that that picture's finished, we're just going to export it. So export in the bottom corner there, and we're going to save a copy of this. But one thing just to make sure, here's a little tip or a trick here for Snapseed. Before we do that, go to settings. It's the 3 dots in the top right. Hit settings. And what you want to make sure is down at format and quality down here, I think it's generally defaulted at JPEG 95. So to get the best quality out of this image, I would say select it as a PNG rather than that JPEG 95. Go back out, then hit export, and we're going to save this as a copy. It's going to save it with all our changes made to it, and that is now saved in your camera roll. So with that being done, we've taken a picture that looks like this, and with a few tweaks in Snapseed, we've made it look like this. And that is ready to be sent out to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you post your anime figure photography. And that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial here. Don't forget to smash the like button if you enjoyed this video. Check out my other links in the video description and subscribe for more anime figure tutorials just like this one. Till next time, guys. Peace!